But then what do you do here? Do you try to hold it again for the 8 on the side? Or do you, it looks like I'm looking all the way around. I think I might be coming. Oh boy, I think I'm going around 3, if not 4 rails on this one.
Yeah.
So
holding this for the 8 on the side is a sure path to deceleration.
This maybe? I'm going to leave the lines on here to see how bad I am at drawing lines.
All right.
I happen to remember this shot, mostly from editing it, but...
Easy with the pentagrams there.
Yeah, right. I don't want to summon a demon accidentally by drawing where the cue ball is going. Hey friends, Adam and Trevor here. Welcome to another match from the 2025 International Open Semi-Pro event that I played in. Trevor, welcome once again. Thank you for joining. How are things going?
Well, I'm here. Well, we'll leave it that way.
We'll leave it that way. We won't.
It's been a week, and it's going to be a week next week. So
at least you got that to look forward to.
Right. And I've been watching the Mosconi Cup, which also is
So everyone's watching this who's been watching the Mosconi Cup. Leave me a comment down below if you want me to do a shot breakdown on the Tyler Steyer 8 to 9 ball shot. And if you don't know what that is, don't leave me a comment. If you do, let me know. I can do a quick breakdown on that and show you why the shot that a lot of people are talking about in the comments, it will not work. But anyway, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the International Open. For those of you who don't know, I will put a playlist up to the full series. So depending on when you see this, it may only have 2 videos in it. It may have how many ever are in there. I did play round 1. We did round 1. That'll be uploaded soon, or should be uploaded by the time you see this. If not, we've traveled through time incorrectly. This is round 2 against a gentleman by the name of Dustin. Dustin did not have a Fargo before this, but he was an APA 7. So Trevor and I were just kind of discussing this right before we went live here. APA 7 could be anywhere from a 450 Fargo on up to 700. 800.
Till they won't let you play APA anymore, which that's dependent upon your local area. You know, you could be playing in an APA Masters League as a 7 and 8 ball with a bunch of other guys who are 680s, whatever. You know, I've heard
a lot of teams of like 700s in APA Masters in Vegas. They usually win it. But the interesting thing, and this may be a theme throughout these International Open matches. Day 1, actually the day before day 1, they opened up the room for people to practice while One Pocket and Straight Pool were going on for the pros, and all the tables were full. And I just saw some random guy and said, "Hey, do you want to shoot someone?" He's like, "Sure." And we shot for maybe an hour and a half. Kind of got to know each other a little bit. He's from North Carolina, I think, or South Carolina, one of the Carolinas, somewhere over there, somewhere where it's warmer than it is here. So I don't really care. And played for maybe an hour and a half, and just I was working on my stroke, and you could tell he was nervous, and he didn't really play on 9-foot tables and everything. And then round 2, I drew him. So that will be a theme. Let's head over to the video, get this rolling. We can talk about some of the rules and everything as we go. So another thing you'll notice, and I think this happened last match, that was a little neat dance move there. I don't know what that was.
Right.
Sometimes the matches start after the real start of the match.
That was frustrating to watch, even with the live stream. Like they would, and it was really a case of they wouldn't fire up the live stream until the round had really officially started. So there was snafus.
You can tell. A little smiley face here, some teeth. That was a nice shot.
Oh, whoops.
I don't think I can make that, but who knows? I shook my head. But yeah, you could tell that the match tablet is on 0-0. So I'm going to keep official score down below on my scoreboard down here. It is race of 7. It is alternate break. I did zoom in on this table a lot because they had like the whole room fisheye look and everything. So I did try to straighten things out. The light doesn't look very straight. Dustin was super nervous, as was I. I was feeling a little bit better. I won the first round, and now we're in the second round. And I mean, when Dustin and I played for an hour and a half, I don't think after about 40 minutes, I said, "Why don't we just do alternate break so I give you a chance to break," because I was winning almost every rack. not I was trying to win every rack. It's just that's the way it was happening. So
Yep. And again, if people have been watching the Moscone, that goes extra for here, but I can't, the pressure of a situation like this, if you've never been and it's a bigger event where the pros are wandering around and stuff, I actually am kind of half considering throwing myself into a bit of that. I see that Skinny Bob's in Round Rock has now brought back a 10 ball open, like they do the Texas 9 ball open in the fall. They're doing a Texas 10 ball open in February. Signups open up on December 15th. I don't know what the entry fee is, but I'm half tempted to just, light my money on fire and enter. So
if it's not a ton of money, I would do it.
Yeah, that's kind of was my thought. If it's, 100 or $150, why not?
Did you make it? I'm getting up, so I don't think you did.
Yeah, must have. No.
So let's see. This is a race to 7. It's a semi-pro division, which is a 650 and under. Although the rules say 650 and under and or APA 6. So I don't know what that means, because the APA 6 could be a 350 or a 400 Fargo, and like we said, APA 7 could be a 450. So, jeez. Am I gonna get safe on this? Kinda, yeah.
If nothing, you leave a not easy angle to look at, and you're off the rail there. So
there we go. Now, a little bit bigger lines there. Yeah, that he can hit it for sure. I don't know if he can hit it enough to cut it. He's jacked up a little bit though.
Yeah, looks like he's giving it a roll.
Oh yeah, he had to play enough to overcut it.
Enough to overcut it. Yep.
First game jitters. This is like we were talking in the first round. Some of the rounds had music going, because what they would do is for the first like half an hour before an arena match, they would play just the music out of the arena PA. There was no music playing right in the match regularly, and then as soon as the arena games would start, everything would just go silent. We are just not playing pool here. I'm gonna get lucky.
What is that about the butchering stuff? Yeah,
I'm the butcher, just not in the way you are the butcher.
You are slicing and dicing, except for not making anything out of it. So.
Yeah, I am kind of watching over here. This guy, he's very, very animated. I don't think he's gonna hit. Okay. It looks like he hit the point weird.
Yeah.
That missed by 2 diamonds.
Yeah, that came out of that ray. He must have caught the point something funny. So,
but this guy over here on this table here, very, very, very animated player. And then I'm looking, they have the scores are kind of up here by your head. They're on TVs. You can see over the light here. There's 2 TVs and they face each way. You're just kind of curious and looking at the score, and he's beating up on this guy. And then I looked at the Fargos, and they had this guy listed as a 315, and he was beating like a 615 or something. And he was beating him 2 or 3 games in a row the whole match. Well, I went and looked afterwards, and the guy's a 630. So they basically took his Fargo, cut it in half, and that's what they put in digital pool. I don't know how that happens. But if you walk up and you're playing a match against a guy who's supposed to be a 315 and he just runs out on you, I don't know what you're gonna think.
Yes.
Hey, we made a ball. I made 2 balls in a row now, and I got
2 balls in a row. Yeah.
Pretty bad leave on the 4. I was trying to go into the 7 thick and just hold the cue ball here.
Yep. Yeah, you needed to definitely catch the 7 thick, but there was also the possibility that you catch it thick on the backside, and then you got nothing burger. So,
what am I looking to do here? Am I looking to play behind the 6 and play safe and just play the 4 ball somewhere out here?
I think that seems reasonable.
Now here I want to use outside English because it reverses off the rail.
Off
and
that
it comes in
rail.
More like that.
Yep.
Does not look okay. So
you went for the bank. Well, you just went for the bank. That's okay.
I don't think he has a line on it, because I think the 6 and the 7 are both blockers. I don't have a problem with that. I do think if it goes, then getting from the 5, the 5 to the 6 are both 5 and the 6 are both going to be long shots.
Yeah. Yep.
And not long shots as in a low chance of making them, but a long shot. This is a 9-foot table. All these tables are brand new, 9-foot, one-piece slate, brand new balls. You notice first match, we have a pink 4-ball. Here we have a purple 4-ball. That was a great shot.
Nice jump shot there.
I was like, why am I getting up? Because he was in, I didn't want to be right behind him or, have him right in front of me on the jump shot.
Yep.
Taking one on the chin has a new meaning in that case.
High inside 3 railer here. Yep.
Looks good.
Yep, really
He's
good.
going to have to stretch or use the bridge. Yep. And he's over the 7 now. This is tough. So this is a shot that when you're playing and you're used to playing on 7-foot tables, you never take this into consideration because you can reach this almost all the time. Even if you stand over here and have to reach over.
Yep. Whereas if you're on a 9-footer, you want that ball to stop like around mid-table so that you can reach it comfortably. So that is something that even me being 6'5", I have had to take into consideration when I play on 9-footers, that I got to stop some of those shots like that. You got to stop a little shorter. On a 7-footer, I can reach the entire length of the table and not have to have a bridge.
It's a good stroke with the bridge, and it is all ball foul. So if he would have tapped that 7 at all, it's ball in hand for me.
Yep.
But he did a good job with it. So maybe he does have some 9-foot experience. It didn't seem like it. I don't know how much APA plays on 9-footers.
8-footers here in Abilene, we do play on 8-footers on our APA league. So there's I'm sure some somewhere.
He's not feeling good about this, so it's good that he took take his time, reset.
Yep.
I'm a big advocate of the reset.
No shot clock here, so
no shot. The only thing there is if you are still playing, you could tell he needed to do a better reset. Go back and towel off, walk around the table, do something. To just reset it, because you could tell he was not confident with that. But if the match goes 2 hours, they will then lag for each game to see a winner.
Yeah, we talked about that in the first one because that's.
So I didn't want to try to do anything crazy. I just wanted to make it. The 8-ball is just a great draw shot.
Yep, there's one of those places where you can tell if somebody is comfortable on a 9-foot table because they won't try and do too much with that. If they're done most of their shooting on a 7 and they come to a 9 and see that shot, they think you got to draw it back 3 feet to be comfortable. And no, you just have to be comfortable making that ball and taking your position and going. And looky here.
And I bet you know what I'm going to say here.
I do.
If you want to get good at, like I say in every one of my videos, if you want to get good at making the money ball, put the money ball where it's racked and shoot it from all over the table.
All right, I'm going to add more work to your palette. Next time for the next match, I want you to go back through these, and we need to put a counter somewhere up to say how many times does Adam make the 9-ball from the spot from middle of the table.
1.
Because I guarantee you it comes up a lot.
Yep.
Look out, cue ball.
So you'll notice. So we're doing the. It is the 9-ball on the spot. It is from a break box, which is about here ish. It's 9 inches from the head spot from either side. It's a direct straight line from, and this isn't gonna look. It's a direct straight line from the diamond to the 9-ball and where it intersects on the head rail. The reason that they've done that is because the corner ball used to always go in, but somehow in the first couple of days on these tables, the corner ball was going in when we hit it to make the 1-ball.
Yep.
So there I wasn't trying to play anything except for just get the 1-ball here. I didn't really care where the cue ball went. I just wanted the 1-ball somewhere in like this range on the rail.
Yep. Again, that's another one of those. You can play that shot on a 9-footer, that kind of containing safety where you wouldn't necessarily on a smaller table.
Right. And here, with everything spread out, it's hard to get the cue ball. It's impossible to get the cue ball over here under the 5 unless you do some kind of weird things. It's really hard to get the cue ball to come out and go under here.
Yep.
I almost think you maybe go for this bank.
With the new cloth, I mean, from this angle, you would have to put some inside spin to try and hold it behind the 3, and you
Right.
wonder how much that takes or if it takes. So
It's not what he wanted.
no, that was almost the worst of it, because he actually broke up the real one problem on the table, which was the 3-7 being bunched up there. So
Now this is the 4-ball here.
right.
So the 4-7 is kind of weird. Getting from the 1 to the 3 is weird.
Yeah, this is another case of where, on a table you're familiar with, you would just play it with some inside spin.
Yeah, right. And the tables were playing, so it was brand new cloth, brand new balls.
And you did.
But it was what they call wet conditions, which is extremely humid, which means the rails are going to bounce extra more and the spin will grab. So it wasn't, It was like brand new cloth, but still not as slick as you would expect. Almost ideal table conditions for me personally. I did overrun a number of things throughout the tournament, and I mean, everyone did.
Yes.
Talked to my buddy Vitaly up in Mequon, who played the Pro 1 pocket, and he said day 2 he couldn't hold the cue ball. The cue ball didn't do anything where he wanted to. Now here I drew it way too far back, and that's slick cloth and new balls for sure. Me overrunning the draw, and now I don't even bother with the extension. I reach for the cheapest bridge I've ever played with, half the bridges, but yeah, I think I pointed it to him. I think there's electrical tape around it right here holding it together. And this is like day 3 of the tournament.
Yikes.
The bridge heads were nice. They were the standard. It's almost the same one that I have at home, but it was...
Have you ever looked at a product called Bridge Mate?
Is that the roller thing that goes on?
No, it is not a roller.
Oh,
it's similar to that in that it goes on the end of your cue, but it doesn't have a roller. It's stable.
It just slides.
Yeah, and your cue slides inside of it. They're a 3D printed piece. There's a guy that makes them, Larry Holton, in Wisconsin, actually. I saw them by Bill Larson using them, although he doesn't anymore, but he used one for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Bill's a Wisconsin local wheelchair shooter, 650 Fargo out of a wheelchair. Bill's and also a really nice guy, which is helpful. No, why does it matter if he's a nice guy and in a wheelchair? That's a bad no, Trevor.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop now. Anyways, they're cool. I like using them better than a bridge because I find it is easier to use. You don't have one thing you have to take care of. You don't have to try and hold 2 things, and it allows you to, for me at least, focus on the shot a little better. The setup of it is a little more twitchy than setting up with a bridge because they don't slide on the cloth. They're designed not to. Anyway, you'll see them if and when I come up there, because I bring them with me. I shoot with them down here, and people in Abilene have started picking up on using them and ask me what they are. So, and then you don't have to worry about whatever El Cheapo bridge is on the table.
I do have a bulletproof bridgehead in my case, and I think I've only used it once. The idea is to put it on your break cue or whatever.
Yep.
Can I cut this in the side? I don't think so, but can I cut it all the way down and get the cue ball out of there? Or do I just do this? I like this.
Just
as long as the 4 gets clear, this is really nice.
Yep.
I don't know why I tried that, because that was moving 2 balls in a safety is what it was.
Yeah, but to get the 8 in the middle of them like that.
I got the snooker on it. I mean, if he's jumping this, you might as well take a flyer at the 9, because what else are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah. Trying to back cut it to the lower left is silly.
You could back cut it this way and have the cue ball go this way, but again, controlling all that is. It's a decent result.
Yeah.
Especially if the 6 is going to stop. Nothing wrong with that at all. And again, there's a lot to be said for containing safety when you're not playing a pro, I guess.
Right. Yep.
And you hear the pro commentators all the time go, "Oh, this is no good. He can see the full ball." Well, this is fine for our level.
Yes. Yep.
What am I doing here? Am I going at this? I don't think so. I think I'm trying to play the 4. I'm going at it.
Oh, You are. Well.
Somewhat of a 2A. If I miss it short, it probably goes back this way.
Yep.
And I'm going up towards the 5. Now, if the 5 were, say, here, I don't think I'd try the same shot. I think I'd go 100% safe there. But I'll take it.
Yeah, nice bank. Dead center, middle of the pocket. So
now I just got to clear the 8. Okay, I'm good there.
Yep. Don't get over top of the 8. Yep, you're good here. And this is...
I don't want to say it too early, but look where the 9 ball is.
Yeah. Punch to the rail and don't try and draw back a bunch of the 8 ball, and then leave yourself a little angle one way or the other, and you'll be mid table for a 9 ball on the spot.
Funny how that works,
isn't it? Though, yeah.
Yep, just exactly what you said.
Yep.
And now there's 2 ways to play this. It depends on how I'm comfortable with the side pocket, because this is obviously going up here. You can draw it this way, or you can force it more here and back.
Right. Yep.
This is going to be a feel thing, and you almost have to be at the table to figure it out. And I did the first one. That worked really well. I like that shot better if it's there.
Yes.
But there's a lot of times where, and I've done it, where you just draw it straight into the side. And you're like, I never thought I would get there. And it looked like I got really close, but it was comfortable and contained.
Yep.
And if you want to get better at and here we have
2 for 2.
This is not a 2. Okay. Sorry, I have the straight line tool and I don't know how to draw with that. 7 ball?
Nope.
Would have been interesting to see a stat for the entire tournament of the number of dry breaks.
There were a lot. I will from watching the live streams. There were a lot,
and I'm not even just saying my me.
No,
personally,
not just
everyone.
You. Yeah, no, yeah, it was you and your opponents both. So
and maybe compare them to the percentages of the pros making them. I think it would be just a huge, ridiculous difference.
Yes, yeah.
It looks like I'm just going at this ball because unless I can hit the rail first and kind of go off here. No, I just went at it.
Just go at it, yep. Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous how frequently the pros are making that 1 ball in the side with that cut break now with the 9 on the spot. I mean, they've got it so dialed in.
And as much as I talked, and I'll talk every match pretty much had a different, the tables played different and they broke differently.
Yes. Yeah.
And the pros just adjust to it on the second break or first break. It's just, they can in their practice sessions, they can figure the break out. Now, I did get kind of the short end of the draw on these and the times on these. The first match I played was at 10 a.m. and this match was either 7:30 or 8 p.m. on the same day. And then my third match was 10 a.m. on the next day. So
yes, yeah, quite a gap in.
It's like bookending the days, but it was nice that we had plenty of time to get lunch and relax and miss shots.
Yeah, totally overcut a 9-foot long roll shot. Yeah,
now, if you notice,
does that.
The roll shots affected me big time in this tournament. I'm not comfortable rolling balls like that, but I know there's times I have to do them. So one of the things I'm going to add to my list, I'm going to do a video here in a couple weeks. What is it? It's the 5th right now of December. This is going to wind up pretty good. Unless he left. I think he left the window.
But you're still a little bit of hampered queuing on the 6th ball there. So,
but I'm going to do a video on the things I want to improve on in 2026 for me personally, and kind of invite everyone to come up with their own lists and come up with their own thoughts. And one of them is going to be those long roll shots, because they're needed. It's a skill you have to have.
Yep. Obviously, you're going to be a better person at the top of that list, right? I mean, Jesus, dude.
No.
Okay. I'm so special. Yeah. Okay.
What the heck was that? I do apologize for these weird letters over here. It says Streamworks table and the number on every one, but since it was so zoomed out, I just cropped it down and zoomed in. We could see the table better, and there are a couple times that I will zoom out. I don't think in this match, but in future matches. This guy is Yannick Pongers.
Mm.
Got to the final, I don't know, maybe 4 of the straight pool. Lost. I think he lost to Dennis Grabe or however you want to pronounce it, who then lost to Torsten Holman in the finals.
Yeah, I think Graba is how I've heard it pronounced, but yeah,
I've heard every single pronunciation.
Yeah, fair.
I like that decision.
Yep, that was good. It was good.
Here, I don't think you should try anything more than just a stop shot.
Yes, yeah, no need to get fancy here again. Pocket the ball.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
Because you can, all you have to do is get past the 9.
Yes, yeah, get past the 9. Either there, or I honestly don't mind if you don't have the angle to draw past it. That works.
Not that though.
Oops, that was
yeah. He hit that thick to the pocket, and that's why it did that. He needed to miss the 5 completely off the rail.
Yep.
That's what happens when we play this game that we love.
You know, sadly, none of us are perfection, let alone, none of us are professional, let alone perfection.
Yeah, right. This is going to be, there's a way to hit it. The best way to hit it is to hit this rail and try to go into it, as opposed to just taking a 1 rail flyer at it.
Yep. Yeah, no. Catch that 2 rails because it gives you way more ball to hit every time. And
if you don't make it, it's much more chance of separation. Whereas if you just go straight into it, you miss, you could double kiss it a lot and just leave it right there.
Yep. Hang it in the pocket, whatever, double kiss it as it comes out of the corner.
What am I doing here? On the 7?
Does the 5 go past the 6? Oh no, you're going that way.
This is no good.
Well, that's one way to go, but you're definitely going to have a longer 6 ball now.
I don't think the 5 went past the 6.
No.
But the 5, 6, 7, I needed to be on the other side. I need to be where the 8 ball is right now, really.
Right. And trying to go intentionally into the 8 ball is a little dangerous.
And I just needed this to stop. So I think what I did is I put inside, which was right spin on that, to try to hold it. But because I hit it both too lightly and because of the table, the brand new cloth and slick balls, the inside just never even had a chance to grab.
Yep.
And then this is tough because I have to try to hold this unless I'm going all the way around the table. I have to watch out for getting, I'm holding it. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought. It looked like that ball was coming way up here.
Yeah, that was not as thin as it looked, I guess.
But then what do you do here? Do you try to hold it again for the 8 in the side? Or it looks like I'm looking all the way around. I think I might be coming. Oh boy, I think I'm going around 3, if not 4 rails on this one.
Yeah.
So
holding this for the 8 in the side is a sure path to deceleration.
This maybe? I'm going to leave the lines on here to see how bad I am at drawing lines.
All right.
I hit the second line good. I hit the third. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
I just didn't hit it hard enough to come out.
That's the fun piece about multiple rail position is it kind of self-corrects after the second or third rail because geometry and physics is a thing. So hey, use that to your advantage.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Damn you to your high school physics teacher.
So we talked about that shot in the first round, and yes, get good at that shot. The back cut with straight draw to just pull it back and forth. And you notice I didn't hit that very hard at all. It was just all stroke.
No, that's more about being smooth and tip placement than it is a forceful shot. Absolutely.
This 9-hit ball brought to you by water. Hey, look at my weird reflection in there.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry.
Hey, at least it wasn't a 9 ball off the spot into the corner.
Right.
So
right.
There's that.
I'm still 2 for 2 on those.
Yes.
So you could tell I did something weird in my stroke because I tried to ease up on it, and easing up on a break is a weird feeling.
Yep.
And I did not make anything.
Yeah. 1 ball was probably 3-4 inches short of the side pocket, so it didn't even scare the side pocket still.
So in my notes that I have, if it's short of the side pocket, it's too much cut.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
So I needed to put more or less cut on it, hit more of the ball.
Right.
And I know, like, Sensei Nate talks about it being a half ball hit. I think it's more like 2/3 to 3/4 ball. And there's a really weird, I've had it happen a couple of times where I hit it and it almost acts like a double kiss from the cue ball off the one ball, having the one ball come out again. It's weird. You may see it in some of these matches. Good hit and gets rewarded.
Rewarded, yeah, okay.
I reached my cue and immediately put it down.
Yeah, I mean, he got rewarded there, but I'm not sure I wouldn't have just pushed out there versus trying to kick at it.
Now, he does play APA, which doesn't have push-outs. Maybe he's not used to it. I just didn't think of it.
Could be. Yeah,
this is pretty good. The 4-ball is up here.
That is potentially one of my least favorite rule differences with APA is the fact that 9-ball has no push-out. I'm like, how horrible is it to break 9-ball and be tied up on the 1-ball, miss a kick, and have to give up ball in hand on an 8-ball on a 9-ball rack? It's like, come on, that's a little over penalizing.
Although I have heard a lot of the announcers talk about they'd rather just not have a push, just get rid of the push out altogether.
I have heard that as well. And you've said, and I've heard announcers say it as well, that at the professional level at least, if you're pushing out, you're taking the worst of it. Period. Like, done deal.
I happen to remember this shot mostly from editing it, but
easy with the pentagrams there.
Yeah, right. I don't want to summon a demon accidentally by drawing where the cue ball is going. One of the things I'm going to work on as well is my follow shot, because you'll see that this is more of a stun, but get there. Boop.
Just enough. Just give it that little shove at the end.
I had it helped the body English really helped sell that.
Yes. Yep.
Apparently someone needed a ref, and I was the one to call the ref over there. This guy was pretty cool. This ref.
Yep.
There was one ref in there, even the night that the AC went out, and stay tuned for that match. He was wearing a winter coat.
Good Lord.
And I mean, it was probably 90 degrees in there.
Yuck.
So this I'm playing with some left, and inside just sent it right towards the 6-ball, although I want an angle, and this is not an angle.
That is not an angle, no. Nope.
In fact, it's worse than straight on. Like, half inch either way, I would have something to work with. However, if I had a half inch either way, I might try to force something that's not there. And in this case, I realized there's nothing there and I just hit it.
Yep, that's one of those shots where, as an amateur at my level, you try to make something out of it and invariably miss the shot. Or if you do say, oh, I accept that this is going nowhere, still your mind subconsciously panics and says, but I don't want to shoot the 7-ball from there. And so you end up cutting it anyways and missing it. And
at the last second too, hopefully.
Yeah. In your backswing, your mind goes, oh no, nice shot.
Hit it.
Get a bump. Get a bump.
That'll work.
Yep.
But I think I needed some of this, and I need some of this early on in my matches of just don't worry about where the cue ball is going, just get down on the shot, make the shot.
Settle yourself.
That one I looked more like I was going to do a lot more with the cue ball, and then I just
so that shot like that where we understand that our pattern is to miss it because of just the way it is, and that it's mentally unacceptable or mentally hard to accept it. So that brings me to a kind of mental game question that I've been pondering the last couple of days with that specific kind of thing.
All right.
I've watched a lot of professional bowling, and there's a professional bowler by the name of Pete Weber, who I remember a quote from him would say, anytime he was in the 10th frame and needed the last strike, he knew that his tendency was to always slow down, to throw the ball slower. So he would always, whether he needed it or not, make an adjustment to allow for that slower, even though he recognized it in his mind. So would you, on that kind of a shot, say, well, okay, I know I'm probably going to overcut this because I'm going to try and force an angle. So do you purposefully aim differently, knowing you're kind of overcompensating for that?
Speaking of purposely aiming differently, no, I would not.
Yeah.
I would do what I did in this and realize that I shouldn't try too much on it and just take the shot and take my medicine on the next one.
Yep.
Like for the 6-ball, I hit it a little bit into the rail. Oh, that was almost nice.
That was a good attempt at a kick.
But we do the same thing at like hill. How many times do you overamp the brake?
Right.
And it's just some subconscious mental thing. For that, I would purposely think, don't overhit the brake and probably underhit it at that point. Just because you're overcompensating.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a weird mental exercise because there's also the thought process of, if the last thing in your head is don't overhit the brake, then that's exactly what you do.
Right.
So it's a weird mental exercise there. I don't know. Put it in the comments, guys. Tell me what you think.
I clear this 4 here. I think I just went at that.
I
don't think there was another shot. What I would have liked to do is bank this 3 rails and out and leave the cue ball here, but I don't think I could have cleared the 4. I think the 5, or I think the 1 ball would have hit the 4, and then who knows what happens at that point.
Right. Yep.
But hopefully someone will make the 1 ball and get this off the table.
Yep.
Yay.
I was going to say, wait a minute. The 5 ball is a beach ball for the coming at that. So he hit it with enough speed that it bumped the 5 out of the way. But then now the 5 is in a position where it's unmakeable.
Right. Interesting. You were talking, you said something just now about you get in your mind, all I need to do is not do this, and then you end up doing that. Oh, I thought he was going to make it.
Oh.
One of the things like here, let's say I'm thinking all I need to do is make this 2 ball and not get behind the 6.
Right. Yep.
If you think all I need to do is not this, you do that more often than not. What you should do is say, I need to come either on this side of the 6 or on this side of the 6 and pick one and aim for that and go for that, as opposed to saying all I need to do is not get behind the 6, because that just kind of mentally comes into play, and you visualize these angles and these paths, and all of a sudden you're visualizing going right directly behind the 6.
Right. Yep.
Now, if I get behind the 6 here, I'm going to be kind of upset.
Obviously, you're going to. But you went in front of the 6. Okay. So,
pick a way to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, someone told me once, actually, Josh's dad, Josh owns Bonnie and Betty's and The Breakaway in Lyons and Burlington, Wisconsin. His dad told me once that you need to figure out whether you're going, what happens if you go too far, what happens if you go not far enough, and err on the side of one of those if it's a touchy situation.
Right.
Here, I need to be off. Okay, well, I got a shot. I don't know what I'm doing with the 5.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4 clears out the pocket for the 5, but how do you get back there? Even back to where I am now would be okay on the 5, but how do you get there?
Yeah, the 7 ball, you kind of can't go forward with the. Right. I think that's the 7 up there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you can't. Yep. That's right in the 3 rail path, and so close that you cannot warp the ball around it.
You have to basically go here and try not to hit the 5.
Yep.
This is going to be lower left. Put a little
and
dot on the cue ball.
This is not a bunch. Not a bunch of power, because you do that. It's one of those shots that you have to smooth in almost and just kind of drag it back. You don't power that back. Come on, Adam.
I decided to just play safe here.
Right. Yeah. See, this is this advanced safety course you keep talking about. All the secrets that Mark Wilson has told you. I'm waiting for you to release that video.
Well, so Sam from the Billiard Zone on YouTube. He's Sam from the BS League, Sam. Which by now you see this, the finals should be out already. I still won't spoil it just in case.
Right.
Oh,
Oh no.
It was a great jump. I mean, he didn't have to jump much of it. So it was, and you notice he has not broken down his brake cue when he jumps. He does have a separate jump cue, but he has not broken down his brake cue, and he seems to jump pretty well and pretty straight with it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, in my advanced course, this is how you get on the 5.
Yes.
You butcher the 4, and not your butcher, but my butcher.
Yes.
And then you let your opponent scratch, taking the 4.
See,
But Sam asked about the course, and he said, when are you going to do a course or a video on delayed safeties? And I'm like, well, it's in my advanced course. Do you have $1 million extra? Because I'm selling it for $1 million, and all I need to do is sell one copy.
Just one copy. Yep.
It'll be a one-of-a-kind course, too, because you'll be the only one that gets it.
Yes. Yeah. Exclusive. Super exclusive.
It's a win-win for everyone.
I think so.
What am I doing? I'm going to draw on this one. So one of the things I was talking about before about my 2026 goals is to work on my follow shot.
Maybe you need to add work on my draw shot to that list.
The thing is if I could have followed there, it would have been a much better stroke, whereas I was jacked up on the draw shot and I kind of poked at it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were, most of my follows are not, I'm not high enough on the cue ball. I'm stunning more.
Okay.
And that's going to cause problems with aim and missing and getting the action you really want on the cue ball.
Right. The exact cue ball path you're looking for.
Slow down. Okay, he's good. Bridging a little bit over the 9.
A little bit inside spin to send this one short of the side pocket.
And inside should take, as we saw before.
Right, because the tables are wet despite being new.
This is a brutal looking bridge, though.
Yeah. It's a little weird, stretchy.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. You're not going to get that smooth stroke on that playing it like that.
Yep.
Does this bank? That line indicates no, but these angles are deceiving.
Yep. He's looking at it awful hard. And if it doesn't, do you just try and stiff it up and make the 9 ball?
I mean, if you...
Or do you try and, Z-bank this and put the 8 ball on the head rail and the 9 and the cue ball on the bottom rail, just like you're drawing out. Yep.
Exactly what he did. Actually, this...
He did.
That worked out pretty good. I don't think I have a line on this. I'm trying to look.
Yeah,
maybe I do. It's good. No, I don't think I have a line to make it. It's close. Now, this is an easy kick to hit, but what happens here? Like if you aim to make this here, the cue ball is heading directly here.
Yep. This is easy to get behind it and scratch in the pocket up there too.
Or you do that and you just sell out the shot on the side.
Sell out. Yeah.
And the side pocket is huge from this angle.
Yep.
And he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball because the 9 is sitting in the exact same spot on the other side.
Yeah, that's a kick that not a lot of good things can happen. That's one of those kind of bad angles kicking.
I almost wonder, hang on, you know what? Let me... Stop. No. Okay. Would it be better if I tried to kick and stick, hit it solid and hit the 8 ball into the rail and out this way and try to leave the cue ball up here? Maybe the 8 comes here and down and over.
And my concern with the kick and stick there is that you're close enough to the rail, you have to jack up, and it brings that scratch off the backside way more into play.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a case of where you just got to pick your poison and take it. Be confident and comfortable with whatever shot you end up, including potentially selling out.
Right. And I think I was going at that to make it. But then I have this brutal shot on the 9, so I think I am worried about scratching off that, both off the backside and off the front side over here.
Yep.
So I think I need to just make up my mind and not play I don't want to scratch here without worrying about selling out the shot. Because if I make the 9 and I leave myself there, I still have a hard shot or I make the 8 and leave myself there, I still have a super hard shot on the 9.
Yep. Something you got to shoot with a little more conviction and just take your result and realize that probably 30% of the time from there, you're going to scratch in one side or one corner or the other.
Dustin is on the board. It's 4-1. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is alternate brake if you haven't figured that out by now.
Yep.
There is the... Ooh. One on the side, but ball. Yeah, I mean, you're drawing off the one. Cue ball naturally comes this way, and it can hit the 9 and send the 9 here, or it can hit the bottom side of the 9 and send the 9 here. But when you do that, the cue ball also goes in both directions. Yes. So you put a little bit more draw on it to avoid coming through, and then the cue ball just goes like this and straight over here. Other times you come straight over here and you go here and there, or you come even higher and you go here and over here. There's a million ways to scratch on this brake.
Yeah, it's a pretty fidgety brake.
So I tried something like this. I mean, I can't say that's exactly what I tried because I kissed everything, but I was trying the cue ball over and back around underneath this stuff and the two up there somewhere. So
I was going to say, did you butcher trying to shoot that bad and just get lucky or whatever? Okay, good.
You notice he didn't even walk over the cue. He's like, and he was a quieter guy, but his demeanor was interesting. Like, oh boy, poor me. You know, he's Duke from Color Money.
Either that, or I was gonna go with like Eeyore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He miscued the heck out of that.
Oh,
the cue ball only traveled a half a foot and it hit the 6 right away. The 6 was like over here somewhere or whatever. Yeah. We had a decent time warming up. I think he knew he was in over his head because he was watching a lot of other people shoot when it was my turn to shoot. He was watching all the other tables. I mean, when we were practicing, not even before the match, try to figure out what he's doing, what he's up against. And I walked over to the table. I was warming up on another table, and I walked over, and I said, "Hey, Dustin." And he looks down at my name tag because we're wearing lanyards. He goes, "Oh, hey, Adam." And he looks up. He goes, "Oh." His just shoulders dropped. I'm like, oh boy. And for me, that's a trap match. People that I know I should beat, I have a lot of problems beating sometimes.
Yep.
And you could tell I was off my game in the first, and not still kind of not on my game now, but in the first couple of racks that I did not want to have happen, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Shoot, in the one rack we were shooting the one ball 7 times, and just there's different areas, but I'm not doing stuff like rattling the 8 or missing the 9 or stuff like that yet, or hopefully ever.
Or ever, right. Yep. But yeah, that is a trap. Like I'm sure we have all experienced it, where you get into a match with a player who is, and this is not even an ego thing, but just a player who is outmatched against you, who is outmatched. And yes, of course, anybody can beat anybody on any given day, but that whole, you get into my coach has talked about the word should, and that using the word should, I should beat you, I should make this, is an ego thing. That's a fear reaction, and you need to try and banish that from your vocabulary. And that is a piece that I struggle with. I will readily admit, there's like a part of me that says, like, look, I have put this much work into the game. I should be able to beat this person on a consistent basis. And you should. But you still have to be able to focus and do your thing. And you can't be thinking about, well, I should just, the person isn't going to gift it to you. You have to earn it. You still have to earn it.
Am I doing this? No, I'm not. I'm doing that.
You were trying to.
I was trying to, yeah.
And that's I think, another one of those spots where that is a common miss. That's the predicted miss. If you're trying to hold that with a little draw, you are much more likely to miss that fat to the pocket so that you get your draw versus overcut it.
Well, and I'm trying to purposely hit it to a side of the pocket too, so that I can get because you looked at the lines I was drawing while you're talking there is
trying to force a little bit of an angle.
Trying to force, yeah. This might turn out okay for him. I mean, the cue ball placement is good because I'm on the rail. Oh yeah, I don't have a shot here, but I do have almost the same kick I had on the 8-ball. I mean, it is from the previous rack. It is the same kick. It's just different angle of the same kick.
Yeah, but this is flatter to where you don't worry about scratching cross corner as much.
But I got to hit this like here, and I can't try to play this with so much speed that I get a leave on the 7.
Right. Yep.
I just have to smooth it. Look at that.
Nicely done.
And right about on the rail.
Just accept that you're that's where you're going to be. There's just a speed that you have to hit that at to give it a chance to go in. So,
yeah. And the toweling off has already started. This will come into play down the road at some point. I think I got to have him move all his cues and stuff. And not because they're in the way of stroking, but in the way of my back leg. I step back. This, I'm just trying to make it. Top ball. And I'll take that.
Yep. Pretty natural position. Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with myself for that, because that's a really easy shot to miss. Now here, I need to do more than I did on the 7 to get on the 9. On the 7, it was just all natural. This, I need to make something happen here.
Yep, you got to work a little bit here.
And that's not it.
No, that was a little bit like tentative. That seemed like it was a little bit tentative. You were not quite sure. You were worried about if I get too much inside on it, I come short of the 9 and I'm nowheres. And And I say that because I say that confidently, because I'm guaranteeing you I've done the exact same thing 8 or 10 dozen times.
What do you think?
Yeah.
How about half of that shot?
Okay, that seems more reasonable.
But it didn't come out in a great spot, because this is makeable for a lot of players.
Yep.
Now,
that leaked to a spot where if I'm him, I'm walking up there and going, I got this. This is a cut shot I make all day long.
Yep.
I'm the butcher. Yeah, baby.
I felt still pretty confident because I didn't think he was shooting very well, and I knew he didn't think he was shooting very well, and his overall body language just showed that he was almost checked out at this point.
Yep. That's about as poorly as it could have gone.
Now, this is where I feel bad, because in every other situation, you just give your opponent the game. And we had a table where the cue ball decided where it wanted to come out on either side, depending on what hour or what minute or where the moon was. But there is a no conceding law or rule in International Open. If he would have conceded that game, not only would I have gotten it, he would have gone back down to 0. He loses the win.
Yes.
So I think he's given up on the break. He's just going to hit this hard. Yep. And that's what happens. He still didn't make a ball.
Yep.
I'm going to let him fish out the cue ball while I get the template out. We're using the new AccuStats, or AccuRack by Outsville.
Yep.
And it's a completely, so people have used it in the past. It almost reminds me of those like Velcro self-stick strips like you'd use for cable management.
Okay, yeah.
Because it kind of stuck to the table a little bit, and it was more cloth material. These are more paper-like, but more of a like a fabric paper. Does that make any sense? Like a not really easily tearable paper.
Like a dollar bill, where it's got some fabric in it. Yeah.
A little thicker than that, but I mean, much thinner than the ones that used to be. Yep. Here I was trying to break out the 2, and I just didn't hit it hard enough.
Yep, trying to solve your problem, which is the right way to go about it. Because I noticed that right away. Like the only problem in the rack was the 2. Yep. So
now I do have a natural way to kind of get to the 3 if I can make the 2. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. The 5 is pretty big. I have to cut it really thin and go here, and then just hope I get like the right hit off the right or the correct side of the 5. I don't want to get too punchy at this though, and I think I'm gonna. Oh, maybe not. Mm-hmm. Or I could overcut the hard to cut ball, but I think I left him down here with no shot.
Right. Yep.
Oh, maybe. Or if the 9's blocking him, can he jump over the edge of the 9?
Jump the edge of the 9, or is it close enough to the pocket that if you overcut it a little bit, it still slides in?
Oh, or is he just dead make it?
Yeah.
He did have to spin around, as you saw with the crazy action on the cue ball, but it was a much different angle than we see. And of course, from these camera angles, we can never tell. And these are every match is going to be a little bit different. Now the camera is like right on top of here, and then this camera goes for the table over here, and then their table goes to our table. So they're kind of set up in pairs like that. Oh, jeez.
Boy.
That's rough.
Yes. Yep. And he had to shoot it there because it didn't have room to go up to the corner where it was. So
I think he caught the point going in, which is what made it miss.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you're almost done. My arm is pretty straight here.
It is. Yeah. That's pretty good alignment. Yeah.
So the leave here is the 5 to the 6 because the 8 ball is blocking a big window on the 6. So I need to get in kind of this on the 6, which should be doable. That's actually pretty big window.
Pretty big up table window. Yeah.
Just don't get on the rail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just what you said. The one thing you didn't want to do is exactly what you did.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I would have liked to have been here.
Right.
or here. I mean, it's just so many different, maybe not that high up, but just so many different places that
now you're going to have to, where you were just looking, come just, like past that line and just accept a cut on the 6. Yep.
So I got to get between basically the 2.5 diamond and the side pocket here. So I'll just leave this on this screen and we'll see how I get. Oh, what am I doing here? Well, I hit the window.
Yeah, you sure did. You right into that line to catch the 6 ball, but yeah, I'm not sure what your plan was there, other than were you trying to go into the 8 ball maybe or something? I don't know.
Why though? I mean, you saw that I hit the window to make the 6.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't understand I don't have an answer for you there, Trevor.
Oh, come on.
I wish I had an answer. Am I going to try to sing? I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to look. Never mind. Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to look.
Did it leak out enough to make it?
I'm fairly certain it did.
Yeah.
It sure looks like it. Yeah.
Did you see how much insight I had to put on that just to try to hold that angle, though?
Yep.
And that's the problem. When I worked with Mark Wilson on our day of, we spent about half a day working on safeties. He overemphasized. Oh God, he had plenty, but he didn't do it. But he overemphasized simplify. Don't try to move 2 balls. Yeah, I mean, when you play a safety, you're moving 2 balls, but don't try to play position with both balls.
Right.
Don't use side spin if you don't have to. There's a lot of things that just try to make it as easy as possible. And there are a lot of safeties that you'll see the pros play that they don't use side spin, and it seems like they do. They just use the natural angles off the ball.
Right. Yep.
Because as soon as you add more stuff in there, there's more chance for things to go wrong. This one is just one rail. Right at the 8 will work fine unless I'm...
Yeah, a little hampered cueing here.
It was hard to shoot this gap between the 2, though.
Yes, yeah. Yep. It's not horrible. You got some separation due to speed. You're not right on top of it, but still not great.
You'll see me look down a lot of the times. Did I miss this? Oh, no, I got it. Okay.
Oh, well done.
Because they put the box for the airmouth box for the balls in the bottom right over here.
Yep.
And with the way my stance is when I'm going under the table, one day I almost stepped on the box and just went wee right underneath because it's a slippery box on a carpet. So I just want to watch out for stuff like that. Funny, Betty's has buckets for if you're playing 9 ball, you put all 6 balls in the bucket underneath the table.
Oh, okay. Yep.
My favorite joke is that I kicked the bucket. What in the world are you doing?
You're kicking the bucket there.
Again, though, notice it was a slow roll.
Yep.
And when I'm more confident and put a stroke on it, hey, that's going in almost every time.
slow roll and a little bit of inside spin. You were trying to, straighten it up off that bottom rail, which that makes it more complicated. You got some deflection there to deal with at that speed. Oh boy!
I watch this. I remember this.
Yeah, the old four railer into the corner. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But he certainly did himself no favors by catching the 9-ball there on the way in.
And his body language just you can just tell.
Yes, yeah, you can just tell. He's like, he feels like Murphy is stomping all over his head. Anything that can go wrong will at this point.
So we're just gonna one stroke smash this, and just dead center pocket. It was a great shot.
Yep.
Great shot. And you never know. I mean, there's. It's I saw a t-shirt that said, "I'm not mad. This is just how my face looks." That just maybe his overall demeanor is.
Yep.
That
just
laid back. I don't want to say Southern, but it kind of is laid back Southern. Ooh, let's foul all over the 9-ball with the rack here. With the ref looking at me.
Right.
So we were talking about slow rolling balls and that not working.
Yep.
And I decide enough of this. I need to stop. I need to just get in my game and just play my game. And a lot of the slow rolling is because I'm shaky and nervous and just weird feeling. So here I'm going to jack all the way up and just 100 miles an hour this 3-ball.
Why not? Because you'll catch it dead center of the pocket and end up perfect on the 5-ball. So hey, why not? Or 4-ball. Sorry,
it's a shot when I'm feeling good. It seems natural to me.
Yep.
I mean, I see it. Probably half the viewers just cringed watch me try to do that. But
as I say, meanwhile, every coach and pool player is cringing, going, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But if you're confident in something, I would rather. And I'm telling my students this. Mm-hmm. And when I say students, I mean everyone that I talk to about pool and everything. I would much rather see someone put a confident stroke on and miss than try to slow roll it weird, hold, weird decel and stuff like that and make it.
Right. Because in the end, the goal is make the shot. And so if the not textbook correct way, but you still make it, that's better than the textbook correct way and you miss it.
Right.
Every time, every time. And that was good. I was, a lot of people, or I was going to comment that, you don't need to, somebody would look at that 5-ball and think, oh, I just roll it forward with, a tip and a half of inside spin and I'm coming up. And no, you want this angle on the 6-ball so you can just easy roll this in and come straight down the length of the long rail for the 7-ball. I don't
think I'm doing that. I think I'm pulling this 2 rails out.
Why?
Because I want to come I want to come down here.
I get it. Yep. That's pretty natural too.
But I was wondering, because the problem that I had there is if I come 1 rail and right at it, I'm at this weird angle where I then have to try to get on the 7. And I'm probably playing the same shot I just played on the 6 on the 7 with less room for error.
I'm comfortable with that. I'm more comfortable with the one rail roll and rolling the cue ball than you are.
Look at this right off. That. Well, I don't know how straight I am.
Yeah.
I'm pretty straight from that look.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but for me, it just it seemed way more natural and way more natural to roll the 6-ball in and roll the 7-ball in and be going, and you're more comfortable punching it around the table more.
I think the 6-ball shot was more of a work harder on your easier shots to get a better leave and so you don't have to work as hard the next shot. So this one the ball bounced up in the air and it took all the spin off.
Yep. Yeah, you got a little bit of a jump because you were jacked up there.
We have a chance to go for number 3.
Are we going 3 for 3 here? Yep.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before on the channel, but if you want to get good at these money ball shots, put them in the middle and where they're racked. And it's on the spot here essentially, but if you're playing regular 9-ball with it not in the spot, it's down a little bit. And put your cue ball in all these different areas around the table and practice this shot. Now, this is a little scary.
That's a little sketchy.
But it is a break and run in my first of this match.
Yeah.
And it puts me on the hill.
Nice.
So I am.
Yep. And here you got to be settling in and feeling a little more comfortable because it's obvious that Dustin is. I don't want to say checked out, but he certainly isn't. He certainly isn't uber competitive at this point in the match, and he isn't feeling that way either. So
right. Now he finally made a ball on the break, and this is the leave he gets. That's just if that's not pool described in a nutshell. Your opponent just got on the hill with a break and run. I think I might have taken a break in there too. I think at 4-2 I took a break, but I edited all that stuff out.
Yeah. Yep.
I did use breaks in a somewhat strategic way, but more so that I had to use a bathroom, so I took a bathroom break.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's also worth mentioning, watching you live, it was fairly obvious that every time you took a break, there really was a mental reset there, and you were good at it. Like every time you came back from a break, if you were up and needed more, you got it. And if you were down and needed a recover, you did. So whatever you did on your breaks, kudos to you. Your mental game was there.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I think there was one time where I used a break strategically. This is good, but when he hit the 9 off that 1-ball shot, now granted, he can't control where the cue ball is going, cutting the 1 2 inches away from the, but he put the 9 in a really bad spot here.
Yep.
But yeah, it was more like, okay, I need to use the bathroom because I've been drinking water. And at one point I switched to Gatorade and it didn't really change anything. So I'm like, yep, need to go. But I think there was one time I actually did it strategically and it helped. Now this is, he has a really good way to break this out in a natural way, and he's kind of lining it up.
I'm not super certain why he went with the rip draw off the 4 there to try and get there either. That was
he trying to break the 6 out with the 4?
Yeah, that's the only reason that kind of makes sense.
But look at this.
Yes,
he actually got it. He hit it too much, and that was he got into that 5 so good that he hit the 9 too hard. And now he's bridging over the 7. I don't think he can reach it. I think he has to get the bridge. Now, what do you do with the 6?
Yeah.
Do you maybe try to bank it and hold the cue ball down here in case if you miss long, it goes 6 maybe goes there? I don't think he's doing that. I don't know what he's doing. Is he trying to go at the 9 with the carom?
Yeah. He's using the 9 to hold it and hoping to get the 6 behind the 7. Okay. That's not horrible either. Use the 9 to stop the cue ball.
Problem is if you get the 6 in this line, it's sitting right over the pocket.
Yeah.
Not that I can kick one rail at it with the 9 here, but I remember seeing this shot, editing it because I had to re-record this last rack for unknown reasons. I had a slew of tech issues. We almost didn't even do these videos because using Chrome as a browser, which is what I've been using for decades now, it kept locking up and it kept stopping, just buffering or kicking me out of the video. I had to use Edge of all things to record this. But then I noticed like this last rack, it just kept pausing and stopping and stuff. But I think I'm just going at this ball, but I need to make sure I don't scratch in the side pocket over here. So because of that, I way overcut it.
Yeah.
Now the question is, does this go? And I think it does. It's close. What was that?
a random scenery picture. Okay.
I think it dropped out to my desktop. I just have a bunch of, like, 15 years ago, I downloaded a whole bunch of, like, random nature pictures and stuff and just use them as a rotating slideshow on my desktop. And I think I was moving the mouse around and I accidentally put, like, the preview view or whatever. Maybe it doesn't go.
Yeah, that was rough with the
this
bridge.
This is not a good place. Oh, wait. Maybe it does go.
It does go, yeah.
Yay, 9-ball.
What do we know? Huh? Goes just fine.
Right. Now this, with your opponent on the hill and you're not feeling good, this is
brutal.
Shot.
Yep.
It seems really easy, and this is one of those that all the 300 Fargos from the chat go, I can make this shot all day. You're not a 600 Fargo.
It is not. It's so easy to do just that. You clip that inside point. Now, the good thing about it is when you clip that inside point at that speed, you end up here. You kind of get away with it a little bit, but.
All right, what's the shot? I paused this for a reason because I'm the teacher who knows the answer already.
Yep. You thin the right-hand side of the 7-ball and 2 rails out of the corner and snuggle up to the back of the 8-ball. Or I like to try it at least. That's what comes to my mind initially, seeing that 8-ball there. Question is, you get down on the table, can you do that? Is that angle even there?
Right.
I don't know. If it isn't there...
I mean, the cut isn't terrible.
That's
because you play just straight top ball, and it's going to come. You're going to get position.
Yep, that's the other thing there.
And with the slidey pocket, with the slidey felt and the slidey balls, it's going to go in if you miss a little bit. The other thing is, if you hit it bad, it has a tendency to come out this way, and your cue ball can come out this way.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is worth cutting at. If you're feeling somewhat decent, I think it's worth cutting at.
But if you want to go at the safety, this is one of those where you actually hit it thick. You're banking the 7 like straight up and down.
Okay.
It seems like you want to thin off it, but you lose the cue ball. So
you lose it. Okay.
This is not in my advanced course. But see how thick I hit that, and look at the results here.
Yeah. Not too shabby, sir. Not too shabby.
I don't know what... I mean, Mark... So that was almost the exact shot that Mark Wilson and I worked on. We had the object ball in about this range, and the safe ball, or, the safe ball in this range, and the object ball somewhere on the, somewhere in this area, and the cue ball from all different places. And... I must have shot it 50 times that day in different spots, and we did a couple of them over. And I mean, this can be a game-winning shot right here because he's hitting a lone ball sitting out in the middle of the table.
Yep. There's a lot of places where that ball ends up selling out to you, or
just missing it because it wasn't really close to the pocket. It was maybe here, but. He didn't really have a good 2-rail way to go into it. So I think I got to fly this down to the rail and back up.
Yep, I think so too.
And I like putting low outside on that, but I really realistically wanted it to come out this way.
That's what I was going to say. You wanted to wrap the corner a lot tighter there.
But it's also, believe it or not, easy to scratch here on that shot. If you put too much draw on it, and the side spin won't matter there. It just beelines right to that side pocket, or the corner pocket.
Corner pocket, yep.
This is a really weird, touchy half. If I level out, I think the cue ball goes this way. I really wanted to hit that so it came off the second rail, but I knew leveling it out, it could send it like that. So as long as I'm not in the rail. And in this one, I have enough angle I can smooth this with more pace.
Yep.
Like that. And then I don't have to worry about the scratch. So in ketchup and mustard colors,
Perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
in 7-3. So we'll
7-2.
7-2. Yes. Sorry.
2. Yep.
So yeah, I think that was rough for Dustin. I feel a little bit bad, but as I was talking to my wife the other night about this match specifically. Actually, no, it was today because of the Mosconi Cup when guys miss shots and they just hand you over the table. You feel bad as a player, but your job is to do your job.
Yep.
And it's not your fault that they missed the 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, whatever, and left you ball in hand on the 9 or dead straight or whatever. It's just your job is to come back and do your thing when you get to the table every time.
Right. Yep.
Regardless of what they give you. So, all right. Well, Trevor, thanks a lot for helping me out here. We will see what the next match holds. Now, I am officially not able to use my not able to get my buyback back. I kind of ruined that at the first round, but for sure this round, buybacks were at one point I heard someone say they're available to the final 16. So there's plenty of times to work. Again, this was a 192 player field, single elimination with a buyback and a redraw every round. So you're pretty much expected to, like, second round is still going to have almost all 192. Although there were 15 or 20 no-show forfeits in the first round.
Okay.
And I don't know if they just didn't come at all or they missed their first match and they came later or flighted, who knows what happened. But the count was weird because at some point there was an odd number and one person had a bye.
Yep.
And a lot of the times that was one of the better players. So it was not me. A spoiler alert, I did not get a bye.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Right. And in fact, spoiler alert, it's gonna catch you at some point in time too. So
yeah, there's that. We'll talk about that when it comes up.
Yes.
In the meantime, do all the YouTube stuff, like and subscribe and comment.
Please, guys. Yep.
Let me know. Let me know what you think. These, I know the matches don't do as well as like the instructional stuff. I will have some more instructional stuff coming out. Had to take a break from Florida, and now we're doing these matches. And the BS League should be done. If you haven't seen the BS League, the playlist should be up somewhere or in the description or something. That was a lot of fun. But until next time, we will see you later and look forward to match number 3. We'll see you.
Thanks, everybody.